Another week. Someone can just let me know that they can see me. That would be lovely. Hopefully I did just post. Oh, there we go. There is the link to my Facebook page. I usually post it at the end, but tonight I thought I'd be organised and post it at the beginning. Yes, so welcome to another week. I think this is week 6, maybe 7. Oh, good. Elizabeth, hello. Excellent. We must be live then. That's fantastic. Hopefully it's not... Oh, good. Brilliant. You can hear and see me. Sorry, it may be a bit glary. I'm in a different spot to normal, and I've shut curtains behind me, but I can sort of see a bit of glare. So, sorry, you just have to bear with me. Next week, the background will be just beautiful because I'm hiring a space where I'll do some personal work with people, and the room is called the Rainbow Room because it just has this beautiful picture in the background, so you'll see that next week. Hi to all of you. Definitely pop some questions in as we go. I'll try to answer them. If we're sort of in the middle of something, hopefully we'll come back and get to it. This week, sorry, I've just dropped my notes, so I need to grab those back. This week, I want to have a look at the last couple of weeks. We've kind of looked at, being brave, stepping up, dealing with change, all those sorts of things. So I thought we'd kind of continue on this week because, hopefully we had a couple of weeks or some time where we just thought absolutely brilliant, feeling really inspired. And then we may have hit like a little bit of a slump and that, we're kind of just feeling like things are just hard work. So I want to try and get over that and just keep momentum going. So, yep. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining. If you haven't already, and if you haven't been here before, please grab a pen and paper, just because what we're doing is kind of like quite general, and some things words or phrases or memories or whatever may pop up specific for you. So please write those down. Just it'll help you sort of focus on oh, too shiny. Help you focus on the things that are going on for you. And grab a drink of water. All right, so some of you would have heard this spiel a few times now, but I'm Denise, Denise McMaster. My business name is DM Transformational Coach. I'm a certified life coach and qualified in emotional freedom technique, aka tapping, which is what we'll be doing a lot of tonight. Hopefully, you didn't all get confused about daylight savings, but obviously some of you are here anyway, so we worked that out. My favourite stuff is helping people become really happy and confident and okay to take steps to make changes. The other stuff I really like dealing with, which is totally at the opposite end of the scale, is pain and the stresses associated with pain and helping people release that. So chronic pain, headaches, migraines, all that sort of stuff. But just love that stuff too. So if you have any other questions outside of this, please pop onto my Facebook page, which is just up the top. I'll just do it again. Pop on there, like my page. Feel free to message me whenever. I'll definitely get back to you and answer any questions you have. Anyone that's in Tassie, not sure if any of you are, but I do have some upcoming workshops on being brave, bold and confident. So just sort of a few hours using some simple techniques and kind of the stuff we're doing here, just delving a little bit deeper. So hopefully, any of you are about, pop on the Facebook page, you'll find it there. Okay, for those of you that don't know what tapping is, tapping works on energy. So it helps to rewire the energy and rewire sort of the focus that you kind of have on some emotional, it sort of works on your emotions. So it's trying to rewire and get rid of the like the stresses associated with stuff. Tapping works with a whole heap of things because obviously our emotions deal with so many different things. So as I said, pain, confidence, anxiety, trauma. So car accidents, any sort of other accidents, trauma, What else do we deal with? We deal with so much stuff. Pain, as I said, sports performance, a lot of professional sports people in America, you will see, not that I watch a lot of sports, but I have a video somewhere, linked somewhere, where you actually see baseball players and basketball players sitting, having a quick tap and obviously repeating whatever it is. There's quite a lot of clinical studies about EFT and the benefits. More than happy to pop some links. There are some on my Facebook page. So yeah, definitely helps get rid of those blocks for success, and helps you kind of realise what's going on for you, and helps you get to the bottom of it, and what's associated with it. So like if we say, for example, we looked at cravings, so cigarettes or sugar, you want to look at what's beneath that. So why you like sugar, or why you feel you've got to go for sugar or cigarettes. And then we deal with that. So hopefully the idea is then, you've got rid of that emotional reason and rewired your brain a little bit. So anyway, all right, enough on that. What we do is pretty much you going to, excellent, Tammy. Yep. It's a great idea to work on yourself. It just feels so much better. I've recently gone through divorce. Wasn't particularly nasty, but it wasn't great either. Still working on some anger issues there, so that might be something we work on as a group over the next couple of weeks, just because it'll be good for me, and I figure I'm not the only one out there. So yeah, and definitely, Tammy, if you want to work on some stuff privately, give me a call. So let me know, send me a message. Okay, so basically you want to follow along with me. Great if you can repeat the words out loud, but definitely if not, internally repeat them to yourself. You're going to tap on the points that I tap on very lightly. I'll just pop this up, a little diagram that is Dr. Peter Stapleton. She just won Australian Psychologist of the Year. So anyway, this is her with some tapping points. The first one we're going to use is the karate chop, and we only use that at the start. So pretty much, sometimes I might come back to it, but most of the time we just only use that at the start. Then we're going to, okay, here we go. Let me get my feral hair out of the way. We're going to tap here at our eyebrow point. Some people use like several fingers. I just tend to use a couple. Some people just use one. Whatever is comfortable for you, no right or wrong. Some people tap on both sides at once. I just tend to do one. And sometimes I'll swap sides. So there is no right or wrong, which hand, it's like basically you're just trying to get the point. And you're going to tap in the right spot anyway, because it's going to be the point that you naturally want to tap at. So you're going to go for this sort of eyebrow. So you're going to tap here. Then at the outer eye, then under the eye. So sort of right in the middle of the eye. But again, you're going to naturally tap on the right spot because it's going to be the spot that feels okay to tap on. Under the nose, under the lips, between the chin, so that point there. And the collarbone, again, it's sort of kind of part way along, but it's just going to be the spot that feels nice for you. And then I'll just put my glasses back on so I can see the screen. And then the top of the head. And again, you're not going to, oh, good. Sorry, interrupting. So the top of the head, you're not going to tap really hard. It's quite a light, but you're not there to bruise yourself. It's a really light sort of tapping. Sometimes it looks like I'm probably tapping harder than I am because I tend to do it a bit quickly, just because I'm possibly slightly impatient about most things. So I tend to rush. So, yeah, Shelley, excellent. Yeah, chronic, it is great with pain. Yeah, the only trouble I have with pain is it's probably a bit hard to do a group tapping session on pain because everyone's going to be quite different. On how they feel, what they feel, but I guess some of the responses are the same. So I'll have a think about how I'm going to do a tapping circle on pain, because yeah, it's great. Honestly, I love it. Like it just works so well, helping reduce that stress and anxiety associated with pain. So anyway, okay, so light tapping. You're not trying to push your fingers through your skull. Okay, so tonight, as I said, we're going to keep going with momentum for change. So we're going to keep up how we're going, because like I said, the last couple of weeks we've really looked at being brave, stepping up, accepting change as it happens. But obviously, at times we're going to stumble. You know, we're not superwomen. Different things crop up, different responses. You know, we're going to go great guns for a couple of weeks, and then something's going to hit. So yeah, we're going to look at that. And let me just take off. I don't remember how to take this back down. Oh, there we go. I'll take that back down. There we go. Okay, so basically we're just going to set up to start with to just make us feel like we're here, we're taking time for ourselves. You know, we're calm, we're accepting, you know, all those things. We've probably all been running around frantically today. So this is just a little bit of time just to get us focused, I guess. Okay, so just, yeah, follow along. Any questions, feel free to ask away. All right. Even though part of me isn't grounded, I completely and deeply accept myself. Even though I feel a bit frazzled, I deeply and completely accept myself. I feel a bit rushed and frazzled, but I deeply and completely accept myself. I don't feel grounded. I don't feel present. My mind is somewhere else, and it's time for me to focus. I've had lots going on. It's been a busy day, and I just need to focus and settle. It's time for me to be grounded. It's time for me to be present. It's time for me to work on myself. I choose to be present now. I choose to work on myself. I choose to just be here. I choose to just have an open mind and see where this leads. I choose to be present. I choose to be here. I choose to spend time with myself. I choose to spend time on myself. It's time to work on me. It's time to take time for me. I feel present. I feel grounded. I can stop thinking. I'm going to slow my mind down and focus on this. Had a lot going on, but I choose to just spend the next hour here. I choose to spend time here. I'm here ready to work on myself. I am present. I am grounded. I am focused. I am present. I am focused. I feel connected. I feel safe. I choose to be here. I choose to be safe. I choose to be grounded. I choose to be focused. I choose to be here. Okay, so even that sort of thing, hopefully that's just sort of made you suddenly, you know, be in the room, so to speak. Just feel like you're connected and ready to go. I know for me that, yeah, I always need to do a little bit of that just as we start, just to bring myself here and be ready. Okay, so I'm not sure who was here last week and who wasn't. I guess we're going to look at, you know, grab your journal, write down, there's something that you want to keep moving through, but you've just stopped. You've got blocked. Something's in your way. And could be work, could be business, could be relationships, could be whatever's come up. First thing that's popped into your head, jot it down. Jot it down on your journal, your bit of paper. Even if you think it's insignificant, the fact that it's popped into your head probably means it's not. So, you know, and there is no silly in this. No one's going to see this but you. So we will keep going. So when you think about feeling blocked and can't do stuff and trying to keep momentum going, I want to think on a stress level of 0 to 10. 0 being not really stressed at all, to 10 being ultimately stressed as you could possibly be about this. Hopefully even, you may have even started out a bit higher and just doing the original tapping can get you back a little bit. Okay, so whatever's holding you back or whatever's, you want to be able to do, feel free to pop it out there. Otherwise, we will keep going, see what crops up. Lance Jojo, I'm not a psychic, so I don't do any readings. I'm a life coach, emotional freedom technique practitioner. So this is a session on tapping. So, but yeah, feel free to stay, join in. You'll get something out of it for sure. All right. Anyone have any comments? Feel free to type away. Otherwise, I will continue and, just stop if someone says something. All right. So we karate chop again. Let me just read my notes. Even though I'm finding it difficult to keep going, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I find even though I find it difficult to keep going, I completely and deeply accept myself. Even though I find it difficult to keep going, I deeply and completely accept myself. I've got blocked. I feel stuck. I'm blocked. I'm stuck. I was really excited and I thought I was being brave and I was moving forward, but I've stopped. I don't know why. I don't know why. Tap along with this, Tammy. This will definitely reduce your anxiety, even though we're possibly working on something else, unless your anxiety is to do with change and what things are changing for you. What you'll find with tapping is that we could be tapping on a totally different subject, but what your brain does, it goes to what's affecting you. So you should find that you're going through, even though I'm saying different things, that your brain will attach whatever's going on to you. It's called surrogate effect. So anyway, I feel unsteady. I feel anxious. I can't keep going ahead. I can't keep the change going. I feel scared. I feel unsteady. I feel worried. I feel defeated. I felt so good and so ready to make change, but I just kind of stalled. I've stalled. I don't know why, but I have. I'm stuck. I want to keep changing, but I don't know how. I don't know why I got stuck. It's frustrating. I was feeling so good last week, and now I just feel stuck. I feel anxious. The ground feels unsteady. I want to retreat. I feel scared. It's too much change. It's too much. There's too much. It scares me. It's too much change. I feel scared. I don't know what to do. Okay, take a couple of deep breaths. And as you're doing that, sort of think about what came up for you. It may have been, the words I might have said: unsteady, anxious, can't keep going, I want to retreat, you know, whatever it is that came up for you, that's the sort of feeling we want to look at. So hopefully, and Eileen, yeah, your cat will just think you're really strange. But what might be really interesting is let me know how your cat does. I tend to find that my animals will really chill out while I'm doing this. And on a totally aside note, I'm actually going to do a course on tapping for animals. I'm a horse therapist as well. So, but yeah, just keep an eye on your cat. I'll be really interested in feedback. Probably it will go to sleep, hopefully, because the energy that you're giving out will suddenly shift and get really calm. So your cat probably will. So you've got stuck. Yeah, stuck's mine often, which is probably why I mentioned it. So yeah, so you're feeling stuck. Hopefully have a think about on your 0 to 10 scale where you're at. Hopefully you've come down a little bit. If you've gone up, it probably means something has cropped up for you, which is not a bad thing because, you know, that's what we're trying to do is work through this stuff. Okay, we will keep going. I feel stuck and scared. I don't know what to do. I feel stuck. I feel scared. I don't feel safe. I want to retreat. I want to be safe. I want to be safe. It scares me. Makes me feel really anxious. And a bit sad. Sad that I can't seem to do this. And frustrated. Frustrated that I get stuck. Frustrated because I want to move forward. But I get stuck. I don't really know why. I don't know why I can't keep moving forward. It should be easy. But it's not. Other people do it. Why can't I? What is it that's keeping me slow? What is it that's stopping me from changing? I'm not sure what to do. I feel stuck. I want to keep moving. I want to make change, but I feel stuck. I feel lonely. I don't feel supported. I feel defeated. I feel anxious. I feel stuck. Something's changed. I don't know what it is. I was so keen to keep going, so keen to help myself. I could see the path ahead, but now it's got foggy. It's not so clear. And it scares me. Don't know what to do. Don't know which way to go. Not sure what to do. I feel stuck. I feel scared. I feel scared. Okay, again, let's have a couple of deep breaths. Journal whatever's come up, whatever words I've used, whatever word came up for you. Yeah, definitely share if you'd love to. If you don't want to share, that's totally fine. Let me know, has your intensity level gone up, come down, stayed the same? And as I said, what other things have come up for you? Why do you think it's hard? So what we want to do now is have a look at what's underneath why you're having trouble continuing to change, continuing to move forward. You know, why are you losing your confidence on this? Is it, and I'm just going to throw a whole heap of things out there. something may resonate with you, may not. Whatever pops up into your head, write down, keep a note of it. Okay, is it that, particularly probably in a work situation, do you feel like you don't know enough? Do you feel like someone might think you're a fraud? Do you think they might laugh at you and that will make you stand out? And you don't want to stand out, you want to be safe. Are you worried that things will change? And again, you know, we're back to feeling safe. Do you feel out of control? Do you feel helpless? What is it that's coming up for you? Cool. Excellent. Shelley's got a bit of scared and fear. And the intensity's come down. It's amazing what, you know, just seriously just tapping on yourself and saying what, and which I haven't mentioned this time, but I have others. What we need to do at the start is focus on the negative. So if you're having a go at this yourself, you need to be quite tough with yourself to a certain extent and look at what the you know, bad, scary feeling is. So you don't want to just go for the positive, you know, like I can change, I can change, I can change. You want to go, I feel scared. You know, you want to look at those negatives because we want to try and bring that intensity down, and then we rewrite over the top as we get further through. We rewrite some of the positives so that, you know, you start to, you know, those pathways that your brain takes start to change. Okay, so Shelley was saying scared and fear. Why do you feel scared, and what, and the fear? What is behind that? What are you scared of? So that's what we're trying to get to here, is what's beneath those feelings, so that we can get rid of that. And you know, then you're not going to have to keep doing this all the time. You know, like you're going to have to do, you go, oh, you're negative. And again, you know, like I think we did a week on being positive, but we can definitely do that again. I'm naturally a negative person, so I totally get you, Eileen. I am, and I work really hard on finding the positive. I think one of the earlier segments we did was finding the positive. So definitely pop back through the previous weeks. I think it was one of the first ones we did. Yeah, and go through those. And remember, this is not a, you know, one session wonder here. This is stuff you need to work on. You know, pop back every day, every couple of days. You know, follow back through these again. It just will help. And different things will come up because you have a really good habit of trying to divert yourself from the issues, which is why it's really great to do a one-on-one with someone rather than this group stuff, which will help. But you just, you know, you're probably going to have to do a lot of group stuff and a lot of really intense looking at yourself, which, like I said, is quite difficult. Eileen, did it worry you that you got told you were negative? You know, if it did, write down how, what your intensity was around it and what was it in relation to, you know, just so jot those things down for yourself so that you're aware of it. The fact that you remember it from yesterday probably means it did get to you a little bit, would be my guess. You know, if things don't worry you, then we tend not to remember them. And obviously it's popped up. So something has triggered for you. All right, so we will keep going and see what pops up for everyone. I don't want to be noticed. I don't want things to change. It scares me. Makes me feel like I have no control. I feel helpless, which makes me frustrated. And to protect myself, I can be negative. It's scary. Sometimes it's scary to be positive. What if things don't turn out the way I want? I'd rather be safe. It scares me. I'd rather be safe. I don't want to be noticed. I don't know enough. People might laugh at me, and that scares me. Change scares me. I want to be safe. What if things go wrong? What if people notice me for the wrong reason? What if people laugh at me? I don't feel good enough. I feel helpless. I feel worried. I feel scared. I don't feel good enough. People will think I'm a fraud. What if things go wrong? It's better to expect the bad things than the good things, because then I'll be safe. Then I won't get hurt. I can't be hurt if I'm negative. If I expect the bad things and then they happen, I won't be sad. I won't feel helpless. I'll have control. I don't like feeling helpless. I don't like feeling scared. I just want to hide. I just want to be safe. Just want to hide in the pack and be safe. I don't want to be noticed. I don't want to be noticed. I want to be safe. I want to be safe. I want to be safe. Okay, some deep breathing again. While you're doing this, having a think about what has come up for you. It might be, I said you don't want to be noticed. Why don't you want to be noticed? What has happened in the past where you were noticed and it didn't go the way you wanted, and a negative came from it. If that occasion's come up for you, jot it down. And they're the sort of things you need to tap on away from here. Or otherwise, give me a call. We'll have a session. But yeah, they're the sort of things. What's coming up underneath all this stuff is what we're looking for. That's what we're going for. So, you may remember a time where you got up on stage at school and you forgot your lines and people laughed at you. That feeling, you don't want that feeling again of standing out. So, and changing, so change means sometimes standing out. Sometimes it means putting yourself out there. So whatever it is that's coming up, jot it down on your bit of paper. Feel free to share. Hopefully, Shelley, that's come down for you again. And hopefully, Eileen, that's kind of made you start to think about what it is that's upset you to be called negative. Yeah, so definitely someone, let me know. So while you guys are sort of journaling this, I'm just going to talk for a sec before we get back into some tapping. There's a lady whose book I love called Tara Moore. I'll just type her name in because it's spelt funny. Well, not funny, I guess, but in a different way to you think Moore should be spelt. That's her name. I've just typed it in the comments. Pretty sure the book is called Playing Big, or Being Big, something like that. But Tara Moore, that's her name. Love her book. I have it on Audible. Probably listened to it 3 or 4 times, and then have gone and actually got the book as well. Every time I go through it, I kind of work. Obviously, I've listened to it all. Every time I get something a bit different because something resonates with me. The more I go through it, it's a great book. What she said, and this is me, how I've interpreted it. So she may not like the way I've interpreted it, but this is how I feel what she was saying. She said that particularly women, or women in general, have spent thousands and thousands of years being small, being quiet, being unnoticed. And this is basically because women in general over that time, and still in a lot of places, so, we're very lucky in the Western world to a certain extent, women were married off at a young age. They often didn't have control over who they married. So their marriages were arranged. They had no financial independence themselves. Everything they had to rely on a husband or a father for everything. If they were unhappy and wanted to leave their marriage, they left everything behind. They had nothing. And often they wouldn't have been able to take their children as well. So, in a really tough, helpless situation. So it was easier, and this is thousands of, generations and generations and generations of women that's all learnt this. It's easier to play small, not be noticed, huddle around in the background than to stand up and be counted, because to stand up and be counted meant you got noticed and potentially you lost everything. So am I making sense? Is this kind of working for you? So it meant that women would look at their mothers and how their mothers behaved and role model on that. And they could see that that's what was going on. So, we've all got this generations and generations of learning happening in the back of our brains, so that we now can get to this, stuff. And, as women in the Western world, we can be financially independent. We can own property. We can survive by ourselves as much as we scares the bejesus out of us. And we can be noticed and be big and make a difference and play big. So that's what her book is about. But that's a little bit of background. So when you sort of think, why can't I step out there? There's been hundreds of generations of women who have, it's been ingrained into us to play small, to play safe, to, move around in the background, but don't be up in front. So hopefully that makes a bit of sense to everyone, and that can kind of sometimes just a little bit of a light bulb moment as to why sometimes you behave the way you do. Women have traditionally been seen and not heard, and that's a really hard thing, and really we've probably only been doing this for, a century. So out of the thousands of generations, we've probably been going 5 generations to get heard. So, we're doing well, really. Like, go us. So, so hopefully that makes sense. If anyone's got any feedback on that, and that's, as I said, Tara Moore. And Shelley, tapping is really great. It just brings down your anxiety, helps you just feel, hopefully it just makes you feel safe. If you're in a, again, a little bit off topic, if you're in a situation where you don't feel safe, literally just sit and tap and go, I am safe, I am safe, I am safe, I'm safe. And that should be enough just to bring it. Like I said before, we want to focus on the negative. But if you've got a lot going on right at that minute and you just want to get to a position where you can deal with it, then, I am safe, I'm okay, I'm safe, I'm okay. Just, a little mantra, and tap on wherever feels good, which is generally this is a good spot. And that'll get you to a place where your brain can kick back in again and you can start to process. So that's just a little aside. The other thing you need to remember is change happens, and, sometimes you don't want it, sometimes you do. But what you need to remember is if you feel unsafe because of change, it actually means you're moving, and any sort of movement forward is good movement. We don't have to take everything at 100 miles an hour. We don't have to take, the world's giant leap. If you move, this much, that's fine. Forward is forward. That's the other thing I want you to think about is, like I said, forward is forward. when you're a child, you get, I don't know if any of you had, but I certainly did have growing pains because you grow too fast. You change quickly and it hurts. So some of this stuff is like that. It's just emotionally difficult rather than physically. So, so hopefully that kind of starts to make you think, oh, it's okay. Like, it's okay for me to feel the way I feel. You know, and Shelley, you know, you don't need to be tough on yourself because the fact that you've turned up here means that you want to work on yourself, and that's a huge thing. That's a huge step. You know, so definitely don't be tough on yourself. You know, you just need to, find a way to help with it all, I guess, if that makes sense. And obviously you've got some pain too. So, you know, that impacts on your emotional well-being. So I'll send you a message after this, Shelley. Actually, I want to have a chat. So we'll do that. Okay. Is everyone's intensity coming down? How are you feeling? You know, where did you start? Where are you now? Hopefully that's kind of helping you kind of understand that we're all on our own journey. I did read somewhere else the other day that said, why do you compare yourself to someone else? In your journey, in your book, you might be at chapter 3 and the person you're comparing yourself is in chapter 53. So we're all in, you know, different chapters in the book that is our journey, so to speak. It's a bit corny, but it kind of makes sense. So, and even if you were on the same book, or in the same chapter, no two books are the same. So, you know, everyone is different and we need to just not compare ourselves to others, not look at someone else and go, why can't I do them? Because you honestly don't know what's going on, what crap they've got going on in their background. So, yeah, just try and keep those in mind, you know, like, you know, what do we want to do? We're getting rid of generations of playing small. We're trying to be feel safe and grow, and that's going to be scary. And we're trying to not compare ourselves to other people. So, my mentor, Lorna, as well, basically said to me as well, you know, I can sometimes get frustrated at lack of progress. I'm someone that just wants to keep going. And she said, remember, Denise, that if you're a space shuttle, the space shuttle takes a lot of fuel and momentum just to lift off. It's like a really hard work to start to move and to get up to a certain height. Then once it's, you know, in outer space, way up in the atmosphere, it doesn't take as much. So, you know, if you're at the bottom, it's going to take a lot of fuel, a lot of momentum, a lot of energy for you to, you know, push up, push through. So, you know, accept that you're doing a great job. Like, honestly, you are. Trust me. Like, yeah, like I said, the fact that you're here and you're trying to work on yourself is just brilliant. All right. Let's keep going. Okay, so now we're going to try and turn it around and encourage ourselves to keep moving. I want to keep moving forward. I want to make changes in my life. I want my life to be better. I can see myself in a different life. I can see where I want things to be different. Forward is forward. It's not a race. I've just got to keep moving. I've got to find the good things. And it's hard. And I accept that it's hard. But I'm going to keep moving. I'm going to keep moving forward. Doesn't matter how fast. Some days are going to be great. Some days are going to be slower. But forward is forward. Forward is forward. Little steps are okay. Forward is forward. I don't need to compare myself to anyone else because I'm unique. My story is my story. My story is my story. Forward is forward. I don't have to make a lot of changes. Can be little ones. You just have to be persistent. Have to be persistent and take little steps. It's totally fine to take little steps. It's okay to take small steps. It's okay to be scared. What matters is moving forward. It's okay to feel scared. It's okay to worry. But forward is forward. I can move at a pace that's okay for me. I could even stop for a while until I feel safe again. And then I can keep on moving. My story is unique. It's not a race. It's not a race. Forward is forward. I am me. My story is my story. My story is my story. I'm ready to be brave. I'm ready to change. It can still be slow, but I'm ready. I'm ready to be okay. I'm ready to take back some control. I can control the speed. I can control the speed of change. I can control my story. I can control the speed. I control how I react. It's my choice how I react. It's my choice how I react. It's my choice how I react. How are we doing? So hopefully we're kind of starting to turn around and think, yes, I've got this. So feel free to comment. Otherwise, we'll keep going. So I've yaffled on a bit longer about playing big and the space shuttle, far longer than I should have. So we'll keep going and get some more positive stuff happening. I'm on the way. Just even thinking about change means I'm stronger than I thought. I'm stronger than I thought. I'm tougher than I thought. Forward is forward. I am me. I'm unique. I choose how I react. I choose how I react. I'm brilliant for considering change. Just thinking about it is forward. Thinking about change is good. Forward is forward. The next step might be slow, but forward is forward. I can take my time. It's my choice. The speed is my choice. How I react is my choice. Baby steps are good. Forward is forward. I can keep going. Might take a while, but I can. Forward is forward. Forward is forward. Forward is forward. It's okay to even stop for a bit, but I can keep thinking. I can control my thoughts because they're my thoughts. They're my reactions. It's my choice. It's my choice, the speed. It's my choice, the speed. It's It's my choice. Forward is forward. 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 Okay. How are we all doing? I know a couple of you said you're feeling good. J-Jam, yeah, sometimes I'm going to hit on the words that just work for you. Sometimes I'm going to be off the mark. That's why when you journal, write down the word that fits with you, either one I say or, sometimes it can come from a word I've said. Like for a while, I was working on feeling like I was out of control. Things were out of control. And then suddenly I realised it wasn't I was a control freak at all. It's the fact I don't like to feel helpless. So, kind of similar, but kind of different. If you, and for me, it was a big difference. Like that word, control versus helpless, was the trigger. Yeah, so unique. So there's going to be a word that just you go, oh my God, light bulb. Yeah, see, obviously forward is a phrase for me. Pops up all the time. I remind myself that any little step, any forward is forward. Jim Rohn said that when you're on the path, it's really a step further forward. It's a turtle in the hair. Some people are like gung ho, they're going to go for it. They're going to get there in milliseconds. Other people, it's going to take. But again, it's your choice, your speed. You're going to go at the speed you feel safe at. You want to push the boundaries, maybe a little bit, so that you can keep moving. But you don't want to. Just don't compare. You are you. You are you. Should have used that one. Okay, so everyone's intensity is hopefully coming down. If it's not, yell out, write down what it is that's popped up, because probably something else is popping up for you. The reasons underneath all this are probably popping up, and that's what you want to work on to get rid of it, to get it down to an intensity that's not too much. All right. Rewatching. Yeah. This is up for you to rewatch. Some of this stuff, going through it a couple of times is really what you need to do. It just helps cement it a little bit. This is like a 1 hour session with me talking and not getting heaps of feedback from you guys. Like I know you're typing, but in a one-on-one session, you're constantly getting like reading. I'm reading someone's emotions. You're seeing what's going on. A lot of it's a really visual thing because you can see people's stress and whatever. And of course, here I don't get that. I can't see any of you, so it just makes it that little bit more difficult. But hopefully, that's why you have the pen and paper. You're jotting down your words as you go. All right, we will run through some positive stuff and see where we end up, I guess. And off we go. I am unique. I am me. I can do it. I can pick the speed. I can stay safe. I'm amazing. Forward is forward. Change is scary, but change is good. I can grow. I can be me. I can be the real me. I can be the real me. I am unique. I'm on my journey. I'm feeling good. I'm amazing. I really am amazing. I'm starting to make changes. And it scares me. but I like it. I'm growing as a person. I can do it. I can do it. I am amazing. I am amazing. I am unique. I am me. I'm pretty great. I'm attempting change, and that's totally fine. I am me. My emotions are my emotions. I'm strong. I am strong. I'm tough. I'm unique. I'm amazing. I'm growing. I'm learning. I'm growing. I am me. I'm tough. I'm strong. I'm loving. I'm unique. I am me. I am me. I am me. Okay. Okay, feeling good. Hopefully, probably did a little bit less tapping this time than we have other times, which is probably like a typical sort of session. Normally, you would be talking. So hopefully everyone's feeling good. We're sort of pretty close to the end. Feedback, welcome. Future topics. Do you think you'd like to cover? Send me a message, jot it down here. Probably best to send me a message just because I will see it here, but yeah, it'd be faster if you send me a message. Yeah, you guys are amazing. I really, really appreciate the fact that you're coming along. I appreciate the fact that you make the effort to work on yourselves, to identify that that this is working for you and that, you're feeling good. Before you all go, I want you to type something in that has been great for you today. What are you grateful for? What positive thing has happened? Eileen, this is something that I do to try and get rid of my negative tendencies. Every day I try to, before I go to bed, I try to remember some good things. We all tend to find remember negative, because that's just the way we're wired. So what I want you to do is jot down something that was great today. It can honestly be something like sunrise was amazing. I managed to get out of bed, with the change to daylight savings. I finally managed to get out of bed on time. I made the best cup of coffee of my life. It really isn't, doesn't have to be great. Eileen, it could be that your cat sat on your knee and had a cuddle for a while. It's a couple of things that are good. We're going to, jot those down or at least think about them. And what you tend to find happens during the day is you go, there's a good thing. That's my good thing for tonight. And it just sort of starts to rewire again your brain to make you feel like you notice good stuff. So I have to say that's really worked for me. I've probably been doing it for 12 months. I don't do it, I definitely don't write it down. I'm not a massive journaler, just me personally. So yeah, definitely, something that is working for you, and find a bit of positive. Simple is good. Tapping is a really simple thing, but it just works, and that's just amazing that there's something that just is so, Shelley, great. You've got, you've made a change in your life, and change is hard. Change is really hard. So be really proud of yourself, because change is hard. We all like to be safe. We all like to be, part of a tribe which keeps us safe. So any changes, it's tough. Yeah, it's really tough. So you're doing well. Keep going. anytime you want to send me a message, Shelley, I'll send you a message after this. Yeah, just, you know, drop me a message, have a chat. Happy to help where I can. All right, ladies, I guess that's it for this week. Like I said, anyone's got some topics. Otherwise, we kind of might keep on these. We might pop back, Eileen, and do some positive stuff. Even though I've already done it, it'll probably be a bit different. Yeah, see where we end up, I guess. Yeah, and we might start looking at some other stuff that's pain. I've kind of been trying to, because it's a spiritual events directory, trying to keep it a bit more in the like spiritual realm of feeling good, changing, you know, all those sorts of things. But yeah, happy to work on some other stuff as well. All right. Oh well, ladies, all go and have tea or whatever it is you need to do now. Hopefully you're all moving on with the rest of the night, feeling good, feeling happy, feeling safe. I'll see you all this time next week. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. Love you all. Bye.